Since you have with the graduate school, including the graduate school website that gives, you know, like electronic thesis and dissertation guidelines, things like that, so that you know that those are there. Use them or not, but at least you know that those are resources. Where would you go if you wanted to find out? Other things about the milestones, I'm thinking we have occasional seminars about the prelims and things like that. So those would be good things to bring up if they're helpful to you. Seminars. I've been asked about the seminars. You know, are they helpful? Is the something you can use? Is it repetitive over class work? Does it give you time to interact with faculty? Any socialization might go on in those seminars. They most definitely ask about accessibility to faculty. So ask about your committee chairs, but also course faculty. So are you able to meet with course faculty if you want to? Do you get a response on assignments? Do you get a response if you send emails? That thing. How you meet faculty in order to get an idea who you want on your committee. Just how do you get to interact with faculty? And we'll have stories about how they interviewed somebody or whatever. That would be a good time to bring that up. And I'll say at the beginning, but we'd like to, is if questions, everybody just sits there. Some jump in and say something. So I'd like for all of you to get a point to, I'm going to say something, because otherwise they'll call on you and you don't want that. Yeah. There were 2 people who will be talking to you in a big group in 186 Stone.
Stand at the front of Stone and it'll be all you guys.
It's in our time.
12 to 1.
Right. Yeah.
12 to 1. Well, but with not with students. I mean, they're meeting with the dean, and they're meeting with the provost,
the
faculty, the dean of graduate school, and the librarian, and the money person, and the director, dean of research, and chancellor, associate vice chancellor of research. So lots of people on campus.
We don't anticipate that, you know, as you're walking out of the seminar, they'll pull you over and ask you a question. I mean, they might, but I don't think so.
And it's not a, we expect it to be a gotcha kind of thing. You know, it's not that. It's just really want to know what it's like to do this program from your perspective. I mean, they've read everything we've sent. They know the courses. They know, you know, on my work. They know how many pubs. You know, all that stuff you submitted. We collated it and sent it to them. So they're just trying to come with their own set of questions based on what they read, and if they didn't think that it was clear, or if they just want to hear to test it out, you know, did these guys really put the straight scoop, and will the students have a completely different perspective? You know, we should be honest with them, and say, as a director, some great nugget comes out of it, and you're like, wow, we would really like to have X. I hope you'll come tell me, but it's not recorded, and there'll be nobody there to take notes about it. So don't tell what anybody else said, but if you had a great idea, then come tell me.
The reviewers, typically people that do these reviews are people that are involved in PhD programs back where they are. So for them, this is professional service. So we're talking in our 741 class today about buckets, your teaching bucket and your research. This is their service bucket. But they also often are looking for ideas to take back. Like, they do this, wow, maybe we could do this. So maybe if they seem to be belaboring topic, it's probably because they think, oh, this is a problem for them. It's like, I want to know more about this so I can take it home. So don't be intimidated by that. Yeah. Something about your cognate courses. So find them. Are they useful? Is it hard to get them? When to take them? That kind of thing. I imagine maybe Also, we'll probably want to know what are your opportunities to work on faculty members' research and as an RA, in directed research, depending on what you're doing for directed research, or just any opportunity. Find out what faculty members are doing for research that they will want to hear. So students want to hear your experiences with technology, for sure. You know, how does it usually work? It's so good, but yeah. But they also, you're new in the program, but they'll also want to know what's been your experience in trying to communicate with faculty. You know, not just in the day when everybody's running with technology and it works great, but if you have to contact your faculty person, how might that work? Probably ask, have you thought ahead about for your dissertation, how that might work, knowing that you have no, you know, real experience with that. But I mean, they'll want to probe that since that's a different thing that we do. And how do you feel like part of the class, part of the program, part of the university? How could that be done? For those who finished your coursework, and I hope, you know, glad to see some of you, I hope we have more. How do you stay engaged? And stay on track? Once you're coming every Friday, how do you keep going? And you know, what strategies? So you talk about the writing group, my graduate school writing group. Those of you who have been involved in that, coming back for seminars, any informal things you do with your class, your peers. That's an issue nationwide. How to keep people how to keep students engaged once they've done coursework. How not, you know, have it drag out. Where can you find student policies? If you want to know, like, how to lodge a complaint, or, you know, what's the policy on this or that in your handbook. That's right. So in the handbook, and where's the handbook? On the way, you may have a copy. So we'll let you know where that is in case you look anything up. They're probably not going to say, how do you do this thing? You'd say, well, if I had to do that, I would look in the handbook. And, you know, the sources, the director, how much interaction do you have with the PhD office, and what can they offer you, and what kind of support do they offer you? And some of these you can bring up if they don't ask, you know, if you want to. Are your opportunities for funding or scholarships, and how to find out about them? Talk about any conversations that are regarding that. The advertisements on Canvas, we'll get outside scholarships that we put out, you know, those kinds of things.
It's on the school nursing website that, what's the link?
Like resources,
yeah,
information.
So anything that's like internal scholarships. There's external ones that usually get put on Canvas.
Right.
When I hear about those. But if it's, you know, internal money, there's a link and you have to apply by
I think this year is March or something. Yeah, for our internal scholarships.
They're all.
Yep. For like nursing, graduate nursing programs, some of them are very specific. Like you must be an AGNP who lives in Randolph County and wants to work with hospice patients, but some are not. So.
And some of them are directed towards PhD students.
Yep.
They usually require you to have to fill out a FAFSA.
With aid form so that they know whether you have financial need, because many of the scholarships require financial need. Yep. And while we're talking about scholarships, since this is one of my areas, the scholarship application asks for a lot of information that you might think is really weird, but it's because certain scholarships will only for certain people who want to do this thing. So we might ask, have you ever had any experiences with disadvantaged populations? Because the scholarship says this student must have. So all the things we ask are for a reason. If you don't want to do it, that's fine, but that means you wouldn't be eligible for that. So just, you know, just trying to mine weird things. But the scholarships are really specific. They also might ask about what opportunities do you have to present your work. So have done, including like SNRS and things like that, and how are you supported in doing this? So money, it could be opportunity,
with developing a poster,
opportunity to share, to practice presenting, from River faculty, things like that.
the scholarship showcase that the School of Nursing has every year.
Yep.
This year it's in April, and process, and we and students to submit abstracts.
And then the grad school has some opportunities. Just the message just on campus today about the graduate school expo where all graduate students, so those.
That thesis thing that we've got nursing students do, but it's like elevator speech thing. You have one slide in 3 minutes.
Talk about dissertation.
And there's money prizes associated with that. That's really cool. You ought to go and hear it if you've not done that. It's very cool to watch it.
Built technology. I mean, this is a face-to-face class, and other than the Asheville cohort, we don't use a ton of technology, but like the summer health promotion course has a little bit of online stuff. Most of the courses have a Canvas site. Sometimes we have a snow day like we did last Friday. I know our class was online. They ask about how technology works, what support you have for technology, you know, some of the programs that you use in statistics, and how you have opportunity to get those. And they might ask things that we are not totally unique, but not every program does this. It's RN licensure for PhD programs. So because not every program does that, they might ask you, so has this given you issues, or what do you think about it? Or, we don't know if they will or not. And the last thing we could think of is they might ask, do you have any opportunity to give input into the program, like to give your suggestions and your program or into the university? And we want to remind you of a couple opportunities you do have. You have a representative to the Dean's Advisory Council. That meets twice a year. So to offer feedback. You have the Graduate Student Association university that looks at graduate student issues. Times when you meet with the directors can say their evaluations and faculty evaluations every course. So, you know, it's important to give feedback about the program, and they want to make sure you know how to do that.
Thank you about, three things just popped into my head. Or I think last faculty about GRE or lack thereof, so I don't know if they would ask you guys about that, but I suspect they'll ask the faculty about that. But the faculty are meeting with them, with administration and no directors and that sort of thing.
So we did the same talk to them.
Yeah. They ask about your admission process. I know they'll ask the faculty that. I don't know if they'll ask you or not, but just keep thinking about how that went. I lost my third. Or you sort of getting into the program, because I heard of a program. I was at a meeting last week and heard all kinds of things, and I heard a program that has like a whole summer of maybe not orientation, but sort of bringing people up to speed, particularly if they are coming without a master's degree. If they're coming BSN or PhD, they have summer to kind of get them up to speed. But you guys had 1 day, or some of you had 2 days. They might ask, what question do you have for us? This is a freshman situation. I wouldn't be nervous going in there. It's not like that. I think I'll be nervous, but you guys don't have to be nervous. We do hope you'll talk to them, share information. We hope you'll be present today. Try time. It won't let over. We'll be pick them up at 1 o'clock.
Get the book.
Yeah, that's right. Help you on, and that's it. Don't get that. We'll try to have food available in advance so you're not having to deal with that. We appreciate your participation in this. We really hope that this we'll get some good information out of this. I know when I did one of these, in fact, I've maintained a relationship actually. I know it before, but we exchanged stuff. If I have a question or a concern, I say, have you had to deal with this, and if she's got a form about it, she'll send it to me, and vice versa. So we hope it to be a really helpful experience. But they need what goes on here to be able to help us with that. And they'll write a report, you know, a pretty lengthy report, and they'll sit back, and I imagine we'll tell you what it said, but it'll be before the end of the semester. I hadn't really thought that far. But I think like 6 weeks to 2 months, we'll get a written report that goes to the provost, because it tells us, you know, the university is evaluating this program. Go to the dean, of course.
One quick question. Not about my experience, but it's just in general. And I don't know if if we were asking and now that we're kind of that our understanding is finished on and you started off with pages of me and a story that agree. That's that I would think I'm fine. I mean, obviously, it depends.
Ask the faculty that. We talked, and they ask you, and you can say what your perception is. We did stats on that. It's either 4.3 or 4.6 is the average.
Yeah.
Of course, not some 7.5 years.
Yeah.
Years. Yeah, not semesters, years. So a little over 4. And we have some flyers, people who are 7 or 7 that had to get extensions, and 7.5.
And then we have 3-year people.
Some 3. I don't know if that's in 3.
I don't think so.
But so he does the range 3 to 7.5 probably, and we didn't talk about range, but we did talk about the. We did.
Yeah. They have that data, and they may say, so your average whatever. Yep.
Oh,
We did, but I don't remember it offhand.
I'll have it. I'll yeah. The many
Finish.
in that amount of time.
And overall, it's really good. It varies by class, though. Sometimes, say you had a class of 7 and 3, you know, dropped out or whatever, then that really looks bad for that class. But overall, I want to say it was 80%.
I think it was
Yeah,
90. It's high. The
Yeah.
percent that actually complete the program. And
Everybody, you know, and doing that percent. So we did, they have that too.
I mean, we sliced and diced, but no, not that's not the right word. We collected every piece of data we could think of to collect
And presented it.
and presented.
Yeah. They, like, what kind of jobs people have, and when graduated, they know what people have published, what were presented, you know, all kinds of
We
stuff.
made tables of just
Tables and
everything we
tables.
could.
Yeah.
So we took everything we had, and it was instructive for us
It was.
actually
It was.
to get to learn all that information, because you kind of you know it, and it's in your head, but you don't really have those figures at your fingertips all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Because we collected over the whole life of the program. I mean, some like only 7 years or only 3 years, but we collected a lot over the whole of the program, which was great.
At 55. Yeah. Now, this was before December. We started last summer.
2000.
In fact, we kind of cut it off as of August. The thing that's happened after August is not reflected there, but
Right, because we had to end it in.
you know, we had to cut off somewhere.
Yeah.
So we cut it off. Somebody else?
What year did we start? I couldn't remember.
Oh, I think 2005. First graduate 2008.
In terms of when you guys started to have,
during the last director's time, and I've been in this role 2.5 years, so before 2015 fall, and she was in the program for 2 or 3 years. It wasn't long. So it's somewhere between 2012 and 2015. I could probably get closer.
Right. Right.
Otherwise, and I are a little bit so I just already thoughts or anything.
It's more towards professional development education, but
There's a lot of people currently
in the program.
that have been talking about that and everything.
And it takes a while for somebody to enroll and then get to the,
And there's, something maybe start and then maybe switch, and make that happen. For being here.
Thank you very much.
And we'll see you on February 9th. I'll probably come in, introduce them, and I'll take my leave. Okay? Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, ladies.
Appreciate it.
The first 10 minutes were not recorded, even when they said